Hi. Welcome to Overcome Fear and Anxiety Guided Meditation Session. If you're interested in exploring more guided meditation sessions, you can subscribe to the channel. It'd be great if you could like this video and share your thoughts after each session. I want you to take a deep breath, just like that. Inhale, hold for a moment, and then exhale slowly. Do it again. Inhale deeply. Hold it for a second and then release it, letting go of all the tension, all the worries, all the thoughts. You don't need. Good. Allow yourself to just be here in this moment. I'm so glad you're taking this time for yourself right now. You are doing something incredibly important. You are learning to take care of your mind, to heal your heart, to soften your soul. Fear is something we all face. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what your story is. Fear touches us all. It's a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. It doesn't have to run the show. You have the power to change your relationship with fear. You have the power to step beyond it, to rise above it, to face it with grace and courage. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself standing in front of a large, dark storm. The sky is heavy and the winds are howling. The storm looks powerful, and you might feel a sense of dread in your body, as if the storm could overwhelm you. But what if I told you that you could stand in front of that storm, and instead of running away, you could face it, look it in the eyes, and stand tall? I know fear can feel like that. It can feel like a storm raging inside of you, tearing at your confidence, making you feel small and vulnerable. But let me tell you something important. You are not small. You are not weak. You are far stronger than you realize. And the fear that you feel can be transformed. Take another deep breath with me. Inhale peace, and as you exhale, release any tension. Let go of the fears you've been holding on to. Those worries about what might happen, what could go wrong, what you might lose. We are going to change how we see fear today. We're going to begin to shift your perspective on it, so you can understand that fear is not your enemy. Fear is simply a messenger. It's a signal. It's telling you something about what you care about, what you value. And once you understand that, you can transform it. You can take that energy, that anxious, fearful energy, and turn it into power because you are powerful. I want you to focus now on your breath. Close your eyes if you can, and just feel the rhythm of your breath in and out. Imagine that with every breath, you are drawing in calm and you're releasing fear. Inhale, love, and exhale any doubt with each breath. You're creating space in your body, in your heart, and in your mind for healing, for peace, and for confidence to grow. Now think about the last time you felt fear. Maybe it was recently, or maybe it's been something that's been with you for a long time. You don't have to go into the details of it right now, but just allow yourself to remember the feeling. Notice where you feel it in your body. Do you feel it in your chest? Is there a tightness in your stomach? Do your shoulders tense up? Fear often manifests physically, doesn't it? It's almost like our body becomes a reflection of the emotional storm inside. But I want to remind you that these sensations, as real as they may feel, are not permanent. They don't define you. You can release them. You can shift them. You have the ability to change how your body reacts to fear. As you breathe, I want you to imagine that with each inhale, you are filling your body with calm. And with each exhale, you are letting go of that fear, like a wave gently washing over you. The fear begins to recede slowly but surely. Sometimes we're afraid of things we can't control. An uncertain future, a change we're facing, or an unknown outcome. And that's okay. It's natural to feel uneasy when we don't know what's coming next. But the truth is, none of us ever really know what's coming. Life is always unfolding, and part of the beauty of life is that it's full of surprises, full of opportunities for growth, for learning, and for transformation. You have everything within you to face what's coming next, whatever that may be. And even when fear comes knocking, even when it feels overwhelming, I want you to remember something very important. You are always safe. Yes, you are. You are always safe. Even when fear feels like it's taking over, you are never alone in this. There's a part of you deep inside that is whole, that is strong, and that is unshakable. That part of you is always there. It's never going anywhere. And when you connect with that part of yourself, you can face anything. Breathe deeply, my friend. Inhale confidence. Exhale fear. You have the tools within you to overcome anything that stands in your way. And as you continue to breathe, let me remind you that it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to acknowledge that it's there. You don't have to push it away, pretend it's not happening, or judge yourself for feeling it. What you do have to do, however, is to not let it control you. Fear doesn't need to define who you are or what you're capable of. It's simply an emotion, a feeling that comes and goes. You are the one in charge of how you respond to it. I'm going to take a moment now to ask you to do something as you're sitting here with me. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into a place of safety, a place where you feel completely at ease. It might be a real place, like a peaceful garden. Or it might be a place you create in your mind, somewhere that feels warm, secure, and loving. This is your space. And I want you to know that whenever fear comes, you can always return. Here, you can always step into this peaceful space where you are safe, where you are whole, and where you can breathe freely. Allow yourself to rest in this space for a few moments. Inhale deeply, filling your body with a sense of peace and ease. And when you exhale, let go of any lingering tension or fear. Trust that with each breath you are becoming stronger, more resilient, more at peace. I know that you might be wondering how this can all be true. How can we just breathe through fear and have it dissolve? It's not magic. It's not a quick fix. But what it is a practice. A practice of remembering your own strength. A practice of trusting yourself. A practice of connecting with the deepest part of who you are. The part that knows you are capable. The part that knows you can face anything no matter how difficult it may seem. And over time, as you continue to breathe, as you continue to practice this connection to your inner strength, fear will lose its power over you. It will become just another part of life that you can move through with grace and courage. And when that happens, you will begin to see the world differently. You will begin to see challenges, not as threats, but as opportunities to grow. You will approach each situation with a deep sense of trust in yourself, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it. So let's take a moment now to sit with that truth. Take a deep breath and feel it in your bones. You are strong. You are capable. You are safe. Fear may show up, but it will never be the master of you. Breathe in peace. Breathe out fear. And remember, you are never alone in this journey. We are all walking through life together, and we are all here to support one another. Now let's continue. And I want you to remember, as you sit here breathing, that you have a natural, incredible power within you to face any fear. That power is always present. Whether or not you realize it, the fear, the doubt, the worry, they are just clouds passing through the sky. They do not define you. You are so much more than your fears. Take another deep breath with me. Inhale deeply, and as you do, feel yourself filling up with light, with strength, with self-love. Exhale slowly, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Each time you breathe, you are letting go of the old patterns and beliefs that have kept you stuck in fear. Now imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of a mirror. Look into your eyes. Really look. What do you see? You see strength. You see courage. You see a beautiful, capable human being who has faced challenges and risen above them. Yes, you have. And those challenges, though they may have been difficult, have shaped you into who you are today. They have made you resilient. They have made you wiser. You have made it through every storm in your life. No matter how fierce it seemed at the time when fear shows up, and it will, because it's part of being human. Remind yourself that you faced things before. You've survived moments you thought you couldn't. You've overcome obstacles you thought would break you. And here you are, standing tall, breathing deeply, stronger than ever. Every time fear comes knocking, instead of hiding from it, you can choose to face it. You can choose to say, I see you, fear, I acknowledge you, but you will not control me. And when you do that, you take away its power. It no longer has the hold over you that it once did. In fact, fear becomes your ally. It teaches you what you care about most. It shows you where you are holding back, where you need to grow, where you need to expand. But it does not control you. I want you to think of one area of your life where fear tends to show up the most. Maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in relationships, or maybe it's in your own self-doubt. Whatever it is, I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of that fear. Really? Picture it. See it clearly. Whether it's a feeling, an image, or a thought. And now, as you stand there, take a step forward with each step. You are getting closer to the fear. And yet, instead of shrinking, you are growing with every step. You are becoming more confident, more sure of yourself, more aware of your strength. You are no longer running away from the fear. You are walking toward it, knowing that you can handle it. Fear doesn't have to stop you. It can inform you. Yes, but it does not need to hold you back. There's a beautiful power in facing your fear. A power that comes from knowing that even though you don't know what the future holds, you trust yourself to navigate it. You trust that whatever comes, you will be okay. That's where true freedom lies, in the trust you have in yourself. As you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to take a moment to send love to that part of you that feels afraid. Fear often arises when we feel uncertain or insecure. But beneath that fear is always a desire to be loved, to be accepted, to feel safe. Send love to that fearful part of yourself. Wrap it in compassion and understanding. Say to yourself, I see you. I hear you. It's okay to feel afraid. I'm here with you. Fear is often born from old stories. Stories from the past where we were hurt or disappointed. But those stories don't define us anymore. You are not your past, and you are not your fears. You are a person who is learning, growing, and evolving every single day. The past cannot hurt you unless you allow it to. And the future is not something to fear, because you will always have the strength to handle what comes. I want you to feel that power now. Feel the strength rising in your chest, in your heart, in your entire being. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator. You create your reality. You choose how you respond. So when fear appears, you can choose to transform it. You can choose to take the energy it offers and use it to fuel your courage. So let's breathe together deeply and consciously with every inhale. You are filling yourself with self-love. With every exhale, you are releasing fear and doubt. You are becoming lighter, freer, more at ease with yourself. Every breath is a step closer to embracing your true power. And remember, fear is just an emotion. It's not something you have to be afraid of. It's not something you have to hide from. It's just a passing moment in time. The more you breathe through it, the less hold it will have on you. Fear cannot exist in the presence of love. So breathe in love. Breathe in peace, and let the fear dissolve into nothingness. You are safe. You are strong. You are loved. You are enough. I want you to take a moment now, as you sit quietly, to let all of these words sink in. Let them settle deep into your heart. You are safe. You are strong. You are loved. You are enough. These are not just words. These are the truths about who you are. I want you to remember them, especially when fear comes knocking. In fact, I want you to say these words to yourself right now. Whisper them or say them aloud if you can. Say them like you truly believe them, because you should do. I am safe. I am strong. I am loved. I am enough. Feel the energy of those words filling your body. Each one is like a wave of peace sweeping through your mind and heart. Can you feel it? That warmth, that comfort, that knowing deep down inside that no matter what happens, you are enough. You are capable. Fear has no power over you. The reason fear can be so overwhelming at times is because we often let it carry us away. It pulls us into thoughts of what could go wrong, of what we could lose, of all the things that might never happen. And in doing so, it takes us away from the present moment. It distracts us from the truth that everything we need is already within us. But I want to share something really important with you. You don't have to fight fear. You don't have to resist it or push it away. You don't have to make it go away or make it mean anything about you. You can simply let it be. When fear arises, simply acknowledge it. Look at it and say, I see you. I know you are here, but I don't need you to control me, and then let it go. Just let it be there. Don't feed it. Don't give it power. Simply watch it without judgment, knowing that it is a temporary visitor. I know this can be hard sometimes. Fear doesn't always go away easily. It has a way of sticking around, especially when you're facing something big, something important. But here's the beautiful thing. Every time you let fear be without resisting it, it loses its grip on you. It becomes smaller and smaller until eventually it doesn't control you at all. I want you to think for a moment about some of the fears you faced in your life. Think about the times when fear was at its loudest, when it seemed like it might swallow you whole. Now reflect on those moments. How did you make it through? How did you survive in so many ways? You are here today because you chose to keep going. Even when fear was there, you chose to face the uncertainty, to walk through the storm. That is something to be incredibly proud of. You are not here because fear didn't try to stop you. You're here because you kept moving forward in spite of it. You kept choosing courage over comfort. You kept choosing hope over fear. And that is your power. Sometimes it helps to remember that fear doesn't come to hurt us. It comes to show us where we need to grow. Fear is a messenger, not a monster. It's telling you something important. Maybe it's showing you a part of yourself that still needs healing. Maybe it's showing you something you're afraid to lose, something you deeply care about. Or maybe it's pointing you toward an area of your life where you're ready to expand, to step into your full potential. When fear shows up, instead of running from it, try to ask yourself, what is this fear teaching me? What is it asking me to learn or to do? This shift in perspective can change everything. Instead of seeing fear as an enemy, you start to see it as a guide, pointing you toward growth and healing. And with that awareness, you can begin to feel empowered by your fears rather than controlled by them. Think for a moment about the power of choice. Every time you feel fear, you are presented with a choice. You can either shrink back, hold yourself back, or you can move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. The more you choose to move forward in spite of fear, the more you strengthen your muscles of courage. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means that even though you feel fear, you don't let it stop you. Courage is the ability to act in alignment with your heart, even when you don't know exactly how things will turn out. And trust me, there's a beauty in not knowing. Not knowing is where the magic happens. That's where new opportunities, new growth, and new joy lie. So I want you to take another deep breath with me. Inhale, and as you do, think about an area of your life where you've been held back by fear. Maybe it's something you've been wanting to do but haven't felt ready for. Maybe it's a dream you've been afraid to pursue. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding. Now imagine what it would feel like to take that one small step forward, even in the face of fear. What would it feel like to say, I'm doing this anyway? To know that you are stronger than any fear that might come up as you breathe in. Feel the courage filling your body. And as you exhale, let go of the doubt, the uncertainty, and the fear. You don't need to carry it any longer. It doesn't belong to you. You are not your fears. You are not the voice of doubt that plays in your head. You are the one who can choose peace, who can choose courage, who can choose love. And with each choice you make, you grow stronger, you grow more confident, you grow more capable. Fear is a part of life, but it does not have to control you. You are the one in charge here. You are the one who decides how to respond. And when you choose peace, when you choose love, when you choose courage, you invite an incredible sense of freedom into your life. So take one last deep breath with me now. Inhale deeply, filling your body with love and strength. Exhale slowly, letting go of any lingering fear. And know in the deepest part of you that you are safe. You are strong. You are loved. You are enough. I want to begin this final part by inviting you to really settle into this moment. You've taken the time to breathe deeply, to connect with your inner strength, and to see fear in a new light. So let's take a moment now to feel how far you've come. You've learned something incredibly important that fear doesn't have to control. You. That fear is not your enemy, but a messenger, a signal that can lead you toward growth and healing. And you, right here, right now, are ready to face whatever comes your way. It doesn't matter what the future holds. You have everything you need to handle it. I want you to understand that you don't have to wait for fear to go away in order to take action. You don't have to wait until you're brave enough to begin. You can start right now, in this very moment, by choosing to trust yourself. And that trust, my friend, is what will carry you through. Take a deep breath with me. And as you do, I want you to feel the shift that's happening inside of you. You are not the person you were when you started this journey. You have expanded even just a little. And that expansion is powerful. Every time you make a choice to step through fear, to face it, you are creating more space inside of you for love, for confidence, and for peace. This is how you grow. This is how you evolve. I know there may be times in the future when fear feels overwhelming again, when it knocks at your door, demanding attention. But I want you to remember something you are not weak for. Feeling fear. Fear is not something to be ashamed of. It's a natural human experience. But you do have the power to decide what fear means to you. Fear can be your teacher, your guide, showing you the places in your life where you still need healing or where you're ready for growth. It's simply an invitation to look deeper into yourself, to learn, and to take the next step on your journey. When fear arises, I want you to practice loving it. I know it might sound strange, but when you love something, it loses its power to hurt you. It becomes a part of you that you can embrace with compassion, knowing that it's there to help you grow. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to resist it. Simply say, I see you, fear. I hear you, and I honor you for the wisdom you bring. But I am moving forward anyway. Each time you do that, each time you stand firm in your power, you send a message to yourself and to the universe that you are in control of your life. You are the one who decides how to respond to the circumstances around you. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Imagine now that you are standing in front of a doorway. On the other side of that door is something you deeply desire, something you've been dreaming of, something that will bring you joy, fulfillment, and peace. That door represents the next step in your life, the next phase of your journey, and standing between you and that door is fear. Fear tells you that you're not ready, that you can't do it, that you'll fail, What if, instead of listening to fear, you walk toward that door, knowing that you are ready? What if you opened it and stepped into the life you've always dreamed of without waiting for fear to disappear? You are capable of doing that. You have the strength to step through that door, even if your knees are shaking and your heart is racing. In fact, it's often when you feel the fear most strongly that you are on the edge of something incredible, something transformative. The fear you feel is often a sign that you are pushing past your comfort zone, expanding into new possibilities. So take one more deep breath with me, and as you do, I want you to picture yourself standing in front of that door. Feel your heart beating with excitement, with anticipation. Feel your body filled with the courage to move forward. And when you're ready, take that step. Open the door, walk through it, and know that whatever happens on the other side, you are more than capable of handling it. As you continue on your journey, remember this: you are not defined by your fears. You are defined by your choices. And every time you choose to move forward, to trust yourself, to embrace your power, you become stronger. You become more of who you were always meant to be. I want to leave you with this. You are worthy of everything you desire. You are worthy of peace, of love, of happiness. You are worthy of a life that brings you joy. Fear may show up from time to time, but it will never be able to stop you unless you let it. And with each breath you take, with each choice you make, you are choosing to step into the fullest expression of who you are. So breathe deeply now and let all of this truth sink into your being. You are safe. You are strong. You are loved. You are enough. And fear, when it comes, will not stop you from living the beautiful, abundant life you deserve. Take one last deep breath with me, filling your body with peace, with love, with strength. As you exhale, feel yourself letting go of any lingering doubts, knowing that you are more than capable of walking through life with courage, confidence, and peace. And always remember, you are never alone. The love and strength you carry within you will always guide you no matter what. You are enough. Always.